Hello, welcome, and in today's video I'm going to give you 5 hilarious signs that you are awakening and in the 5th dimension. So hello and a very warm welcome to you, and I'm Karin, and in this channel we are demystifying the mystical and bringing more awareness to our infinite potential as human beings. So I'm excited to come on for today's topic because just thinking about it makes me laugh in itself. So the first sign that you are awakening and in the 5th dimension is that you will start having conversations with the electronics around you. So this can be with a multitude of things, for example, your computer, your telephone. For me, I will give you the first sign I had when I was awakening. It was absolutely hilarious. I started having conversations with my microwave oven. So I'd be minding my own business in my kitchen, and suddenly the microwave would stop working. And something, probably because I was already awakening and realizing there's so much more to life than I previously thought. So I was aware that something different could be going on. And so it connected me into the thought I was having at the time that the microwave stopped. And often for me, it was a self-sabotaging thought. I was in that space of auto-flagellation and self-criticism. So when I took that thought, reframed it, and put out a positive thought, often about myself, suddenly the microwave would start working again. So obviously that completely blew my mind or expanded my mind at the time. But it kept on happening because obviously I had a doubt that this could possibly be true and my thoughts could actually affect matter. But apparently my thoughts do affect matter, and so do yours. So once that had happened, it would take me on a journey of my train of thought. So I would get to the next thought that was not serving me, and my microwave would stop working again. So I reframe that thought, and I'd get on to a more positive way of thinking. Now this happened for me time and time again. So what goes on in your world with the electronics? Because it doesn't have to be the microwave. It can be your oven, or it can be your phone or your computer. When the computer breaks down, what's going on with your thought patterns at that particular moment? It's always linked, as far as I can tell. So the second hilarious sign is that you will start dropping things, perhaps, or at least I started dropping things. And I realized that this was in complete alignment with a thought that was not serving me. So it happened time and time again. Yet again, it was as if the universe was telling me, pay attention, these thoughts are not serving you. And it kept until I could actually calm these thoughts down of should have, could have, would have, all about myself, that were not serving me. Then it just brought to my attention. It was one way the universe could get my attention, should I say. So what's happening in your reality that's bringing you to shake you up, or happening that can make you think in a different way? Or perhaps you don't need such a violent way that I needed at the time. So I'm happy to say I rarely drop things. I can't at least I can't remember the last time I dropped anything and broke it. Okay, so the third hilarious sign that you are awakening is that when you ask a question out to the universe, the answer will come into your reality immediately. So this can come in an infinite amount of ways. For example, you ask a question and you will overhear a conversation. You're walking past people at that time and you'll overhear a word from that conversation that happens to answer your question. Or you'll see a shop sign that is has a word in it that will help you on your way. Or you can be driving along and the number plate in front of you has the information you need to get to your next level of awareness or whatever that is. Now, one very funny sign I had, I asked the universe, I wonder how many times you can interpret the word times in French. So there's fois, F-O-I-S, which means times or multiplied. There's foi, which is F-O-I, which means faith. There's foi, F-O-I-E, which means liver. And at that moment, I switched the telly on. And the headlines were Murder in Foi, F-O-I-X. Now, I just couldn't do anything but burst out laughing at that moment, not because of the tragic news, but I hadn't thought of that other way of spelling foi. So what questions are you asking, and you're not listening to the answers, because the answers are always there, because everything out there, as I've mentioned, is information. So it's all there for us. And the universe has such a brilliant sense of humor when we can actually tune into it. So just listening to this sort of information will get me into a higher state of joy, and then it opens up for other pieces of information to land into my consciousness. So the fourth hilarious sign that you are awakening is that repeated number patterns show up everywhere. So you've probably heard about 1111. It can be the mirror numbers as well, like 1212, 1313, or 444. I often see 444 everywhere. Just before I turned this on, it was 1444. And so this is a way, again, of bringing our attention to what thoughts we are having, or at least this is how I interpret it, because there's loads of information out there that's great on what these different number patterns mean, but it's also what meaning do you associate it, because you are the creator of your reality and you can make it mean whatever you want. So I know if I see a repeated number pattern, it's that thought is serving me. It's telling me that things are aligning. It's my thought was helping me and serving me. The thought I was having just before seeing the number was in alignment with what I want to create. So it helps me get to the next level of whatever I want to create. So the fifth sign that you are awakening is that you will have heightened telepathic capacities. So the typical one is you think of someone and they call you, you think of someone, they show up in your reality, or whatever you think of, you get confirmation in the outer world that this is true. And so what hilarious sign of I had recently is that well, last year actually, I was thinking of Bob Proctor. I'd been watching some of his videos, and at the moment I was thinking of him, I got a phone call from the United States. So I live in France, and it was from someone of Bob Proctor's team. Now, I've never had any connection with anyone in the States from Bob Proctor's team. That day, they phoned me at the precise moment when I was thinking about Bob Proctor. So I went, wow, I was just thinking about Bob Proctor to the lady on the phone, and she said, this is how it happens. You know, we create our reality. So we had a beautiful conversation, and yeah, so that's just one of the hilarious signs. So when your telephone goes, what is going on in your mindset? What question have you been asking? What have you been thinking about that the telephone rings at that moment to give you the information? It may not always be hilarious, but the deeper meaning of it is often hilarious. So I hope this has served you. I hope you find some joy from this video. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and let me know what hilarious signs are you getting from the universe to help you on your way, because whatever you comment will no doubt serve somebody else. So please do share your love and light with others. Okay, so thank you for allowing me into your space today. Thank you for tuning in and watching. And I wish you all a beautiful day and a very happy and festive season. So much love.